It's a bop. 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 Listen, gather your money. Times it by 2. Where is your supervisor?
Is there a supervisor?
I'm coping
Are you
because
managing?
I have you by my side. I
Yeah.
do manage.
Yeah.
Small. Hey, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
And welcome to our channel. So, I'm Jess.
I'm Donnie.
And today we're going to talk about what the hell we are doing in Nigeria.
What are we doing?
What are we doing in Nigeria?
Are we stuck here?
Well, we're not anymore, but
Luckily,
we were
not anymore.
stuck here.
We were stuck.
So I guess, how do we start? So we had decided last year, because we're now in Happy New Year, everyone, 2021. Last year, we decided to take the plunge and move to Nigeria. So we sold our house in end of February, and we got here beginning of March with the intention of just looking for a place. Like, we only plan to be here like less than 4 weeks, like 3.5 weeks. With the intention of finding a place, paying for it and everything, and then we would move here like beginning of September, end of August type of thing.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks, I think even the day we were leaving, coronavirus was really getting.
So the day we
bad.
flew out, Trump actually banned travel from UK to America. So that's when it was very bad in UK. We had a layover in New York, and we were really worried about, like, oh, are we going to be stuck in New York? Are they going to let us go? Like, I was worried about being in New York with the amount of people that had corona there. So, I mean, but this was really early on. This was like March of 2020. So,
yeah. So what ended up happening was we got here a week later. Nigeria's airport shut down.
For the foreseeable future.
So we were basically stuck
in an Airbnb.
So we stayed in an Airbnb for.
We stayed in that particular one for over about a month and a half. We moved around. We'll do another video on Airbnb horror stories. So I mean.
Yeah, so we stayed in a total of 3 Airbnbs. The third one is a whole story.
Yeah.
A whole story.
But yeah, so luckily we found where we're currently living.
Yeah.
Early on.
We found a place that we wanted. Mind you, I had been looking at places before we even came, so I had an idea of where I wanted to live. AKA this place we're living now. So that was okay, but to move into the house, because we were like, okay, well, we're stuck when we paid for the rent, we might as well try to move in. That took forever. So we didn't actually move in until end of May.
It was probably mid-May.
Mid-May.
So the thing is, like, we found where we wanted to live. It's really nice. We paid within less than a week of deciding on the place.
Yeah.
And we weren't able to move in just because all the stories that they were giving us between the facility manager and the company and then the owner and stuff. But I mean, it was just a headache.
The owner really wasn't involved in any of it.
I mean, we don't really know.
The lawyer and the facility manager.
Yeah. We don't. I mean,
or the facility management.
Yeah.
Yeah. But basically, everything was shut down.
Yeah.
So they were saying that they couldn't get the materials to fix things because
the workers out here.
They
had a state. You couldn't go in between states at one point in the lockdown.
Interstate lockdown. So a lot of their workers were in Ogun State, were in Lagos State. So, or so they said. Yeah. But putting all that aside, let's talk about if you want to move to Nigeria. Let's just talk about that for a little. Listen. Gather your money. Times it by 2. Gather all your money. Times it by 2.
2 or 3.
If you want to move here. Gente. Look, we had to I mean, we knew what we were getting into, so we didn't come into Nigeria blind. We had a plan. I had been talking about moving to Nigeria since like 2012 or something like that. So a lot of other people were surprised that we moved to Nigeria, but Donnie wasn't surprised. I feel like I have to say that because the amount of messages we get is like, how is Donnie coping? How is he coping? How am I coping? Like with all the sexism, the misogyny, the patriarchy. How am I coping? I
How
feel
are you
like that
coping?
should be the question.
Are you coping?
I'm coping
Are you
because
managing?
I have you by my side. I
Yeah.
do manage
Yeah.
small. But yeah, so if you want to move to Nigeria, make sure you have the money. Like, don't come here without, and two, have a plan.
Yeah.
And then three, expect the worst or just have no expectations. So if things don't go the way that you planned, you're not totally freaking out because I feel like got to a point where I just had no expectations and then I was fine. Like
Yeah.
because you will plan, tell people to do this, and none of that will get done.
The thing about America that a lot of people don't understand because they live there and it's the norm.
Yeah.
Americans are very spoiled in terms of like time. Like the amount of things that you can get done in America in one day is ridiculous compared to what you think like what other people around the world can get done.
Especially here with bad road,
anything here,
traffic.
Expect it to take at least 3 to 5 times longer than it would in America. Like we went to the bank the other day, and we were just doing something simple, and the network was bad, or the program was bad, or whatever it was. It just took. We were there for like 2 hours, just to do something simple that in America, like you go through the drive-through and you're back home in like 5 minutes. And you just have to. A lot of people don't understand like the things that you can get done compared to the rest of the world, and like once you realize that, like you have to just slow down. Things aren't bad. Like you just have to get accustomed to getting less done, or just having realistic expectations of the pace that everybody else is gonna move.
Realistic expectation. Have plenty money. Lagos is not cheap. Nigeria is not cheap. Like it is not a cheap place to live. Why did we move to Nigeria?
Because I follow you everywhere.
That's why you moved?
That's
Well,
why
why
I'm
didn't
here.
we move? We're a team.
We're a team. You told me that we were moving, so that's why we moved.
So basically, we're here because I want to be here. I was feeling very settled. I think like we had lived in our house at that point almost going on 6 years. And I always told myself like if I got settled, I need to move. And then the last few years or last year or so, it had just been in the back of my mind like you said you would move to Nigeria. What are you doing? On top of that opportunity, I believe that there is so much opportunity here. Opportunity to make change, opportunity to start a business. Really, anything you want to do, it's here. And I feel like it kind of, let's say, we shook the table a bit in terms of like our comfort, because we were very comfortable, I would say. So I think this kind of is going to jumpstart all the different things we said we were going to do, traveling, which coronavirus, see,
Yeah.
expect the unexpected or just have no expectations because we really thought that we were going to come to Nigeria for 3 weeks, get our house together, start shipping our stuff, come back to America, drop some of my stuff at my parents' house and like travel to like 3-4 different places before we actually moved. Yeah, no, what happened was we spent the whole summer and into fall in Nigeria. We didn't end up going back.
We were here for 8 months.
Yeah, we didn't end up going back.
Before we went back. It was 8 months.
7, yeah, 7 months.
We want to travel more.
Yeah.
But yeah, opportunities here, like there are things here where you'll see something going on and you'll be like, oh, why isn't somebody doing this for that solution? and it's like, oh, they just don't have that set up here. Like in America, all that stuff is set up. Like
Yeah, I
certain
think
things are just taken for granted. Like waste management is a big one here. Um, I mean, there's plenty like
the funny
electronics.
thing is we see the, what are they called,
Yeah,
llama people. They like congregate outside of our, on this road that's
they
like we're
stick
on,
together.
like they just and I remember my dad was here and he went out there and was like, "Where's your supervisor?"
Is there a supervisor?
But yeah, we moved here basically for the opportunities, different opportunities, and just a different environment. Like it's so different here, but it's not as different because I basically set up my house and how I want my house to be. So when people come over, they're like, "Oh, this is an American house," because we have all of our stuff, all of our old furniture, my couch that has been with me for like years. um, but opportunity, I think there's a lot of opportunity here.
Yeah.
But you need money for opportunity. And I think something that maybe when you ask people this question, they might not be truthful about it. You have to have the money to move here. And I mean, like, I don't mean like net worth, I mean actual money in your pocket to move here.
But like
Nobody, you're paying like a
moving,
year
move.
up front rent.
Yeah.
Like there ain't no mortgages, there ain't no
There's
car
no
notes.
monthly rent payments. You pay for the whole year.
Yeah, I mean you could get places that'll pay. You can pay monthly. I've seen them, but usually it's like a self-contained, and it's not worth it. Like the premium you're gonna pay on paying monthly, you might as well just save the money and try to pay for a year because.
But like whether you're moving here or you want to do certain things like business wise here, like you have to be here to see things because um you you just like you'll think that things are going fine. Like we thought with our house, like, oh, this house is move-in ready. There's just like this and that need to be done. Like we'll do a video on the house, but there are things that like they're just like you just have to expect everything to be wrong. Like you have to go through everything with a fine tooth comb, whether it's business wise or moving here. Like you just have to have your eyes open on everything because you'll find things.
Open up.
Yeah.
I have been very fortunate in that my parents love me and I live off their goodwill and fortune. No, I'm just kidding. It's none of your business. I mean, I have been a serial entrepreneur for like years. I've dabbled in a lot of different things. So yeah, I've been very fortunate in those things. Or we have been very fortunate in those things. So
I've dabbled a bit.
So we have now taken the time to just kind of explore different things that we want to do because we have the time and the money to do that. Not everybody is fortunate enough. Yeah, but we are. Oh, the other question, like, how is Donnie coping? So we're gonna let Donnie answer that because that's the question that seems to be in my inbox by a whole bunch of people that I know and don't know. So I think you.
So
can,
Donnie
you
is
can
a very
answer that.
very
You can answer
simple
that.
simple man. Currently, I play video
Sorry, I
games.
just wanted to see my face.
Currently, I play video games a good portion of the day. The food here, you can get, like she was saying, you can get the American things that you're used to. Personally, I've been trying to eat less red meat, so she found a butchery, and they provide a bunch of chicken, and she'll cut it up and cook it for me.
Let me plug them here real quick. Red and Green's Butchery in Lecky. I've actually never been there, but they have a great delivery service, and it's like same day delivery.
Yeah, they do a good job.
Yeah.
But I mean, so like, and then anybody who knows me knows I love pizza, and
Domino's
Pizza here is making their money off of me. I'm keeping them afloat during pandemic season.
I feel like they know him so well.
They know
it's
me.
Crazy.
Yeah.
But that was
I
the
don't
same
even have to
thing.
go inside when I pull up. Like I'll just wave at the guy, and I'll be like, "Oh, let me go check and see if it's done," and I like don't even have to go in. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like a drive-through.
But I feel like that's the same thing that happened.
That's pretty much happened at whatever Domino's I frequented.
Yeah, when we lived in Cincinnati, the Domino's by our house.
I told them I was moving to Nigeria.
They were so sad.
The owner almost cried. I was like, "There goes $1,000." But I mean, yeah, I mean everything. Like Jessica got good internet, so like,
yeah,
I play video games. Most of the time, I mean, we have 8 ACs in this house, so I mean it's nice and cool most of the time. We have there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 ACs in this house.
I feel like I'm gonna recount. So we have 3 on the first floor.
Well, there's more than 8. Yeah, I forgot the kitchen.
Yeah. So there's 3 on the first floor.
Yeah.
How many are on this floor?
1, 2, 3, 4.
4. So how many is that? 3 plus 4 is 7.
8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11 ACs in this house. 8 of them properly work. A couple of them, need some TLC. But yeah, I'm coping fine. Everyone, don't worry about me. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm
coping fine. Are you fine, or like?
I'm well taken care of.
Good.
I'm good.
What about me?
Other than the fact that Jessica has been doing this thing where she likes to stay up till like 1 a.m. So
because we're adults and we have no obligations, so
like
we can do.
I'm gonna stay up late because my parents aren't here, and I'm an adult.
Yeah, that's how.
But this is the thing. Donnie wakes up like around the same time every day. Like my internal clock like wakes me up like around 8, and I like usually toss and turn for about an hour. And that's what my watchless watch tells me.
Yes,
my Whoop.
Watchless watch.
But yeah, so if I don't go to bed on time or when I'm used to, like I just would get tired, then she stays in bed until around 10 if she wants to. But yeah, I mean, I
don't stay in bed till around 10. I just stay in the room because everything I want is in my room.
That's very true.
What do I need to go downstairs for? Because you're going to go downstairs just to walk down the steps, just to walk back up those steps. Because as much as I love this house, it is a 3-story house with no like elevator. Yeah. Which that sounds so bougie. Like I'm not expecting to have an elevator in my house for now.
When we were thinking about moving into this house, our last worry, like we didn't even think about the steps.
We really didn't.
But they'll get you.
Yeah.
Go up and down the steps.
By the time you hit like mid, like that set 2.5, because I'm staring at the steps right now. Like you hit story 2.5, you're like, ooh.
Tired. Take a breather.
But yeah, so I'm trying to think of what other questions people tend to have.
Somebody asked me about the weather the other day.
The weather is stable. Like you know what you're gonna get.
Yeah, that's very nice compared to like what we used to deal with in Cincinnati. 5 seasons, 6 seasons in 1 week. But here, the only thing about the weather that I don't like is the rainy season because it pours. Like it comes down hard.
And that's why we had planned to come for a couple weeks in March and then leave because of rainy season. So the fact that we got stuck here during like the worst season.
But luckily where we live, there's not a lot of flooding.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you just have to deal with the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's usually like 80 to 90 most every day. And during rainy season, it's still around the same temperature. It just rains more frequently.
Yeah.
So I mean, the weather is definitely more stable, and I like that.
And then I also like that it's hot, but it's not. It's only unbearable sometimes, but not a lot of the time. But mind you, we live in Lagos.
Yeah.
If you're on the east side of Nigeria, that heat,
too hot.
That heat. I don't know how people do it. It's just hot.
The air quality
That's
isn't very good
sticky,
in the city because of how many people are here, all the cars and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's to be expected. There's 18 to 20 million people.
20 to 22 million people.
There's a lot of people here. So I mean, there's a lot of vehicles, a lot of businesses, a lot of pollution.
Yeah.
A little hazy some days.
Yeah. So I guess the next question is, what now? Well, if you hit subscribe and subscribe to our channel, you will be able to follow us around Lagos or Nigeria in general.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Ask questions.
Ask questions and we will answer them.
Yeah.
So, hey.
Or video ideas, things that you guys want to see.
No, I don't care what y'all want to see.
She doesn't care, but I care.
All right, that's a wrap.
Bye, guys.